Collective. It's aspiraltotheself, another collective tarot reading. Thank you so much for clicking onto my video. So today's collective tarot reading is going to be an energetic tap-in for the month of April and where exactly the collective is in their divine union journey. Okay, so for high vibrational soulmate twin flame unions, divine masculines, divine feminines, as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. This doesn't pertain to everyone. Not everyone has a divine union. Not everyone is a divine feminine, divine masculine. And that's perfectly okay. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. Please don't try to make the story fit if it doesn't fit. If it's not resonating with you, it just means I'm not picking up on your energy, which is perfectly okay. If you're seeing this video after April, however you resonated with the title, then there could be something here for you. So again, take what resonates. Now getting into my intro. If you're a returning member, subscriber, or viewer, welcome back, Soul Family. It's good to see you guys again. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for your likes, and shares, your comments, subscribe, super thanks, and donations. I truly appreciate them all. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. It's good to see a new face here. Please keep in mind the areas of legal, law, finance, health, mental health. Please know that I'm not an expert in those areas, nor do I claim to be. And if I mention them at all, it is either what my intuition is picking up on or it's literally on the card themselves. However, if it truly resonates for you, I highly encourage you to speak to those experts in those areas of expertise. Something also to note is that I am not a tarot reader, I'm a seer. Therefore, the cards is just how I connect with you guys. The cards are a physical and visual representation of the intuitive downloads that I receive. So please use your own level of discernment. If you're wanting a personal tarot reading from me or you're wanting me to answer personal questions, I highly encourage you to check out the membership tab where you will find the Livestream club. The live streams are weekly, and that is the only place that I offer personal readings or answer personal questions. And if you're interested in that, please check out the description box below for all that information in the link. I am also the author. The Ulrich of both fairy tales in my hand here, The Princess and Her Inner Voice, and The Dark High Priestess and Prostitute Unseen. The audiobooks have been released. We attach this video for convenience. However, if you feel so truly inclined to purchase the physical copies, thank you. They do make great gifts. You can find them on online at retailers such as Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble, to name a few. The Princess and Her Inner Voice, it's second edition print, which means that the autographed first edition as well as my products can go on my website, which is www.aspiraltotheself.com. All of the information will be in the description box below for your convenience, as well as all of my social media platforms and pages, so that way you do not get scammed by people or pages pretending to be me. As always, I begin each reading with a prayer. This is just to provide an energetic boundary for what I will allow to come through as I channel these messages for you guys. I call upon God, Vanja, Great Goddess 2023, Luke, the archangels, my ancestors, and the seen and unseen. Please only allow in this reading what I call upon, which is high vibrational energy and frequency. If any lower vibrational entities, beings, and energies try to come through, try to astral project, open a portal, remove weird monitoring spirit in the past, present, and future, I ask that you block my blind and immediately return to sender, heart, or full, which will be full consent to intervene and to intercede on my behalf in whichever way you deem fit. Please allow me to see what you want the collective to know by clicking on messages. If anyone tries to abuse technology in any kind of way in the past, present, future by trying to take a screenshot, astral project, open a portal, remove weird monitoring spirit in the set, I ask that you block my blind and immediately return to sender, heart, or fold, in which I give you full consent to hold them accountable and bring them to justice in your way. Please protect me, this channel, the video, and the viewers as I deliver this divinely guided message. Any curses, hex, evil eye, black magic, witchcraft findings will be blocked and blinded and immediately turned to cinder 100-fold. The cinder's mask ripped off, they'll be able to hide. All their lies, deceit, and ill intentions will become exposed and publicly known. By my will, so mote this be. So I really appreciate your guys' patience as I get through the much needed legal and spiritual disclaimers that I have to state at the beginning of each video. Now again, this is a energetic tap-in for the divine union journey for the month of April of 2026. But again, if you resonate with the title, well, after the fact that maybe there's something here for you. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Spirit, tell us about the divine union journey and those who have been activated, where they are in the journey, what they need to know for the month of April of 2026. Spirit, what do you want the collective to know about this divine union journey for my divine feminines and masculines out there? What do you want them to know? What do you want them to know? Okay, so we have that you're in a new cycle, root chakra healing, spiritual wealth, milestone, leap of faith, generational curse, 9th house, religion, philosophy, travel, stand your ground, blessing, level up, gift of inheritance, 3rd house, consciousness expression, dream state, all blockages are removed. Divine intervention, solar plexus healing. So a lot to unpack here. So let's get into that. So let's see. The divine is intervening to ensure that all blockages are removed. Because you are in a new cycle of a level up a blessing, a new cycle, reaching some kind of milestone of getting a level up, a blessing of a gift of inheritance that's part of your spiritual wealth. Yeah. You took a leap of faith because your consciousness and how it expressed itself told you to utilize your spiritual beliefs to heal your root chakra and your solar plexus. You've had to stand your ground in the dream state because of your spiritual wealth. So, the divine is intervening. All blockages are removed when it comes to a generational curse that you have broken. You're in a new cycle. Actually, I think this will be the last part of the message. Yeah. All blockages are removed when it comes to some kind of generational curse with people attacking you in the dream state and you've had to stand your ground to defend your spiritual wealth. This is like people trying to take your gift of inheritance, destiny swaps, karma abundant transfers, mirroring spells, things like that. That's part of a generational curse. It means like every generation, somebody in your bloodline is born with gifts or born as a divine feminine, divine masculine, and people attack them for the spiritual wealth that comes with them and they end up succumbing to it. So like you've done the work, that's what it's saying here. Because your consciousness expressed to you that you need to take a leap of faith on your spiritual beliefs here to heal your root chakra, so your safety, your security, your financial foundations, healing from the tribal power. The root chakra is your earliest recorded experiences. It's your right to, have your needs met and to live, like the right to exist. But then also, like for many people, when it comes to root chakra healing, it's healing money wounds, loss and lack mindset. But then also healing your solar plexus, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your personal will, your boundaries, right? So healing your boundaries, having boundaries, your personal will, healing any kind of money wounds, which is why you are in a new cycle of reaching a milestone, which is a blessing of a level up. So recap, the divine is intervening for these divine unions to ensure that all the blocks are removed from a generational curse of people attacking you in your dream state, you having to defend your spiritual wealth, your gift of inheritance. Because your third house, your consciousness and its expression told you to take a leap of faith on your spiritual beliefs to heal your root chakras, like your money wounds, the healing from like people from your past, like think like your town, your family, a community, healing your solar plexus, having boundaries, having the self-esteem, the self-confidence, personal will, because now you're in a new cycle. You're going to reach some kind of milestone, blessings, and a level up. So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know about this divine union. So what do you want the collective to know about this divine union for the month of April? What do you want the collective to know about this divine union for the month of April? So we have, you need to change your perspective, commune with nature. So maybe you need to go out into nature to cleanse out your energy, because you have to sacrifice something. However, it's not a loss in exchange for an upgrade, a breakthrough. Take time to master your craft as you're on the way to becoming an expert. Number 10, that's your 10th house. That's like something that you do for business, your reputation. You're giving too much of yourself away without recharging. Say no. Again, number 3 is very significant. Your third house, your consciousness and expression, and boundaries. You see the color yellow here. So definitely when it comes to having boundaries with people, maybe like in your past, you didn't have boundaries, or you couldn't cut people off or things like that. You were very codependent, people pleasing. Yeah, pause, detox, not the time for action, is a transition of change. The universe will provide if you put yourself out there. Try different avenues. Number 1 being that's your first house. That's like your ego, actions, your personality, like your identity. You got to put yourself out there to be seen. There have been a misunderstanding in a situation, so listen better. We have the Fae with the number 9, your 9th house. Again, like there's some kind of misunderstanding about a situation when it comes to spiritual beliefs. At the bottom of the deck, we have you're ready to experience love from a higher consciousness. The Lovers. The Lovers. Love. Okay, so change your perspective. What is this, Spirit? Change your perspective. Yeah, when it came to being overburdened, okay, being bound by duty, you had to change your perspective, okay, because how you were originally thinking about it was giving you anxiety, fear, and despair, putting you at a breaking point with how much you had to do. And again, it had to do with you having boundaries here. isolating and having boundaries so that way you could have financial self-sufficiency and independence and having success and victory over anything that was going on in the dream state. So like you had to get a different perspective, and what that could be is like it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, okay? You had to spend some time in nature, cleanse out your energy. You had to get a different perspective. Like you need to isolate from people. You need to cut people off, believe it or not. Like you can't fix everybody, and not every situation can be remedied. It's not meant to, especially if it has to do with karmic energies. Karmic energies are to teach you a lesson through pain, right? And it's the pain that will really teach you on how you accept love or what you will not accept, right? So it's like you had to learn how to have boundaries with people, because it says that you were giving too much of yourself away, like trying to be too understanding. I know it's been coming in my comment section, like, well, you know, you got to understand people. That's a trap. When you try to understand people, that's a trap, especially if you're an empath or you're very empathetic. Like that's a trap. Like, that's something that narcissists use. They want you to understand them. They want you to go, oh, well, they had a shitty childhood. Like, they had this and this and this go on in their life, and that's why they're a piece of shit, and that's why they try to unalive you, and that's why they, you know, smeared your name in town. It's no fucking excuse, and it's not your problem, right? Like, you can understand why they did it, but still have strong boundaries and hold them accountable. Yeah, I get why you did it. You had a terrible life and you didn't heal from it. Bitch, me too. Like, I had a terrible life and I chose to heal, though. That's the difference. I chose to heal, you didn't. And it's like, you see the outcome. Now be held accountable for it, right? Like, no one's going to excuse your behavior, right? Like, you're going to be held accountable. So it's like having to have those boundaries. Like, I don't care what happened to you, because believe it or not, many people go through their own personal hell, and it's not an excuse for you to be a piece of shit person. It's not. So like, I don't know if you need to hear that, but it's not. You be held accountable. You agreed to these life lessons before you even came to this earth. So like if you and if you got a lot of negative karma because you're a piece of shit in all your other lives, I mean, that's just what it is. You get dealt with a bad hand. You got to atone for it. And it's like, collective here, it's like those who are on that divine union pathway. It's like you had to isolate from many people to keep your independent will, to be able to financially support yourself, right? In order for you to have victory here. Clarify, Phoenix. Yeah, you had to make a sacrifice here. You had to move on in order for you to move on to calmer waters with having domestic harmony, some kind of marriage, because there's people trying to bring conflict to it. So you had to sacrifice something. It wasn't a loss. So whatever you lost, again, people you cut off, they weren't a loss for you. It was an exchange. Here's all the karmics in my life. Here's all the baggage that people keep trying to throw onto me. Here's all the people that do not bring any kind of value to my life. Here, you can have them, and I can have the domestic harmony here. Because, like, believe it or not, collective, again, it says if you have to heal your root chakra, maybe you come from a very dysfunctional ass family. Maybe you come from a very dysfunctional ass town, country, state. Right? Like you come from, you had to move on from people. You had to sacrifice something in order to get an upgrade, to have a breakthrough here. Because you had people that were trying to bring conflict to it. Trying to bring an end to it. You had a friends group here. So this is like a low vibrational soul tribe. You had a low vibrational soul tribe, people who were trying to sabotage you. Like you couldn't have had that domestic harmony with people like this in your life. These are the kind of people that would try to sleep with your man. Or sleep with your woman. These are the kind of people that would like fabricate, like gossip about you in town, saying you or your partners out here for the streets. These are the kind of people that would like, I'm picking up heavy, like these are the kind of people that would DM your person and either spread lies about you to get them to break up with you, or these are the kind of people that would hit on your partner. Like they DM them and be like, yeah, you want to be with me? Because they see how good your partner would treat you, and then they go, oh, well, I want that too. So they would try to message your person. Like that's exactly what I'm picking up on. Like you can't trust these bitches, like you had to sacrifice these people. By sacrifice, I just mean like leave them where they're at. Leave them where they're at. Like you had to go on, take a different journey in life. You had to take a different direction. They didn't want to grow, heal, or evolve. I mean, it's their life. They can choose what they want to do with their life, right? So it's like you got to leave them where they're at. And now you're having a passionate breakthrough with karmic justice, which your karmic justice is getting a love offer here. Clarify, fertilizing. It's take time to master your craft as you go on the way to becoming an expert. When it comes to something that you create, your self-worth, that's part of your reputation, your business. You had to become an expert here because there was a King of Wands here that was trying to get you to miss opportunities. They were spreading news to people. Like, again, this is like they were talking shit about you to people, paying people. when it came to a divine feminine to change the way that they thought about her. And her having a King of Pentacles, a wealthy masculine, someone who's a provider, and having domestic harmony in hopes to bring her hardship. So while you were going through this, you had a masculine energy here that was trying to change the perception of others about you, divine feminine. Like they were spreading news, spreading the goss, right? Like trying to, because it has to do with whatever it is that you do for work. So say if you have a spiritual-based career, this is somebody that's out here telling people, oh, don't invest in collective, they do black magic. Don't invest in collective, they hurt their clients. Don't invest in collective, they're for the streets. They're not actually divine feminine. They're not actually a high priestess. This is somebody that's a charlatan. They're just here to take your money. Don't invest in collective. They don't practice what they preach, right? Trying to change, they were paying people to go out here and say this about you, to change people's like thoughts about you, especially when it comes to your beliefs, like your spiritual beliefs, but also like you being in some kind of union. It has to do with like a wealthy man. So it's like trying to say that you're a gold digger, trying to say that like you're only about money, right? Trying to say that like you slept with your boss, or, you know, like essentially that you got your relationship with this wealthy masculine in a underhanded way. Because they were hoping that they would put you in poverty. Like nobody would want to do business with you. And in the meantime, in between time, you had to master your craft. So it's like this person, unbeknownst to them, gave you a small reprieve, right? Like while you were isolating, this is somebody you had to establish boundaries with. That was part of some kind of friends group. While you were isolated from all these people, they thought that they were putting you in fear, anxiety, like putting you at your breaking point mentally, when really it was like you mastering your craft, mastering your creativity, mastering like the self-worth, healing sacral chakra wounds, right? So we're going to use the Cosmic Key Zodiac Clarity deck. This is a deck created by Linda from the YouTube channel Linda Likes Tarot. This shirt is also hers, okay? So if you were interested, the link will be in the description box below. Spirit, identify who this King of Wands is. Who's this King of Wands? This is somebody who tried to destiny swap with you. This is somebody who's a destiny swapper that was parenting with Mrs. Loose Lips. Somebody who has a spiritual mask, hidden jealousy, energetic sabotage. Their betrayal isn't loud, it's whispered. Again, it says they are paying people. So this is giving like divine feminine, this is giving X, okay? This is somebody who's a destiny swapper. They want your identity and your path, but they cannot anchor what they did not earn. So like they knew that you had a promising, it says gift of inheritance. They wanted your spiritual wealth, okay? This is somebody that you had to defend your energy from, you had to defend your gift of inheritance from, because they wanted it for themselves. And this is a generational curse for you, where every person who gets born in your family that gets born with the gifts or gets born with the spiritual wealth, somebody like this piece of shit tries to come along and swap destinies with them. And they do that through witchcraft and a bunch of different low vibrational means, right? This person is co-parenting with somebody who is out here spreading a lot of lies about you, smearing your name in town, hoping that nobody would invest in you. Why? Because they can only take your destiny if you're not in it. So if they're out here trying to make you in fear of being in your purpose, you being in fear of doing whatever it is that you are called to do, again, since you had a leap of faith on your own spiritual beliefs. They're trying to get people to not look at you in a favorable light. They're trying to get people to like look at you like you're a demon, or that you're out here as a charlatan. Like, oh, she says she's a divine feminine, but she's fucking around on her guy. Or she says she's divine feminine, but she's like robbing people blind. Like she's, you know, just telling people what they want to hear. Projection is a confession. But you have people out here, like you have an ex and somebody they had a kid with out here paying people to spread lies about you. They could be a life path 8, but in their shadow, which is materialistic, domineering, ruthless, work-obsessed, and controlling. These people could be a Gemini, as well as an online connection. Someone who quietly watches you, but has unclear intentions. So it's like you had people here that watch your work. So like, again, with your 10th house, your reputation. These are people who watch your social medias. If you have some kind of like internet presence, these are people that watch it. And then they go out and try to slander your name. And like, this was a time period, this is like a blessing in disguise where you got to master whatever it is that you do for work. Clarify boundaries. Yeah, you were giving too much of yourself away. You had to move on from a Queen of Pentacles. This is a wife, this is a mother. So there's somebody that you were told to cut off, to say no to, because they were essentially trying to put you in that Queen of Cups of energy, being kind, empathic, nurturing. They wanted you to always give to them. And like you had to say no. You had to say no. In order for you to move forward from having like some kind of sickness in your life that's leading you to your wish fulfillment, abundance. So who is this Queen of Pentacles? Who is this Queen of Pentacles? Chinese zodiac sign of the monkey, born 1932, 1944, 1956, 1968, 1980, 1992. A voodoo priestess. Divine feminine, family member of divine feminine, who could have Sagittarius heavily aspect on chart, as well as be an evil ire. So you have someone in your family, divine feminine, that you had to get away from. This was a family member of yours, okay? Could be a Sagittarius heavy in their chart. But you had some voodoo priestess, somebody in your family that's a wife, a mother. This could be an aunt, a grandparent. This could be your own mother, okay? That was doing a hell of a lot of witchcraft. They were into that voodoo, okay? Heavily in that. This is someone who evil eyes you. Your success reminds me of my failures. Why do you get what I can't? I never liked you. So this is your own mama. That's sad, and I empathize. I get it. Trust me. I get it. More than anybody will ever know, I get it. Okay, but your own mama hated you because you remind her of all her failures, and you remind her of what she could have done. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But she didn't live her life that way. This person was trying to make you sick. Again, they were working together with these people. You had to let this person go in order to overcome any kind of obstacles to having your wishes fulfilled. That's somebody that you had to walk away from because they were doing a lot of voodoo on you. Divine feminine, they were doing a lot of voodoo on you. So that way they could, this is giving people in your own family try to destiny swap with you. This is people in your family try to sacrifice you. And that's been coming out a lot for divine feminines. Many divine feminines were born into these karmic ass families where they had someone born in each generation with the gifts, like gift of intuition, gift of manifestation, someone who came with the spiritual wealth, someone who has a very, very bright light, but they shone too brightly, and the family somehow along the way came to the discovery of, oh, if I give this person to a low vibrational entity, then all of us can eat. So sacrifice the one for the many kind of energy, right? Unfortunately, that's been many divine feminine's pathways. Like there's so many readings on it, and some of you have confirmed the story for yourself. It's like, for me, that's true in my case. Like every generation, someone like me who gets born gets sacrificed. They get unalived, so one or a couple of them in the family can get money. They steal from lives, right? Like they steal people's lives for money. It's like, again, healing the root chakra, healing from greed, healing from money wounds. These people have a loss and lack mentality. They were preyed upon by entities, or they willingly and willfully searched out these low vibrational entities because of their desperation for wealth. This is a person, again, like I mentioned, like you could empathize, like understand them as in, like, yeah, I get you had a shitty life, a shitty childhood, you grew up without love, and that's why you're this fucking piece of shit monster, right? Like, you're somebody who's doing fucking voodoo on their own child to make them sick. Fuck's wrong with you? Like there's no excuse for that. Like I don't care how fucked up your childhood was, like mine was too, you know, like I'll never be that person for someone to go, well, I had this happened to me and that's why I'm this. Nope. I had a shit ass life too. I literally had anybody and everybody that was around me be an op from childhood. Like I had people paid, I had multiple people and covens doing witchcraft on me, like my whole life. And I'm still not a piece of shit. I still help people. Not every person who's hurt hurts other people. So I'm definitely not the person who literally had the world against them at one point go, well, it's okay for you to try to unalive your child or anything. I'm not that person. Like, I'm going to go, no, you need to fucking burn. You need burn. You need to have justice be held accountable to you. I'm an advocate for justice, especially when it comes to women and children that were like heavily preyed upon by families, by secret societies, all for something spiritual because they were in that loss and lack mentality. But it's also a complete, if we're being fully 100 with each other collective, like it's also a complete abandonment of the soul. Do you know how much self-loathing you have to have? Do you know how much you have to hate yourself on a soul level to go, you know what? I don't want to be me. I don't want to do this journey that I came here to do. I want to be someone else. I want to destiny swap. I want to transfer, my karma and stuff onto them. You know how much you have to hate yourself for that? That's completely abandonment of the soul. Like that's an insurmountable wound on a soul level that will be really, really difficult to heal from if you're willing to destiny swap with somebody. You got to really hate yourself on a soul level, not just in this physical plane. You have to hate yourself to where you are saying, just throw the whole fucking soul away. Give me someone else's. Like, you agreed to this journey before you came here. You knew the kind of karmic debt you had to pay. You knew the life lessons that you had to learn. And it's like, everyone's goal is enlightenment with the soul. To go through all of the human cycles and to get to that ultimate goal of enlightenment where you don't have to fucking go to the ghetto-ass earth school anymore, right? This person, these people stop their own journey, stop their own soul's growth and evolution to go, you know what? I fucking hate myself. My soul's garbage. Let it be eaten. Let it be destroyed. I want to be somebody else. Because, like, I know that to my core, the core of my soul, I'm fucking garbage. That's insane. That's intense. Woo. Clarify morning, dude. Yeah, you had to pause and detox. You were going through some kind of transition state, again, when it came to any kind of illusions, any kind of deception, in order for you to find happiness. But also it's saying for your intuition to illuminate to you how to bring balance to you, having your root chakra unhealed, having loss and lack mentality, having money wounds, not feeling safe, not feeling secure. Like, in order to bring balance to that, like, you had to heal from this. And again, it was in that quiet. You had to isolate from everybody, cut everybody not good for you out of your life. And again, they weren't losses. You have like a mother figure here and a family member, and you have low vibrational friends that were dead set on sabotaging you. And it's like trying to take from you. You had everybody trying to take from you. Family, friends, lovers, right? Like all the above. You had all these people trying to take from you, that whatever you had, it was well worth whatever they had going on in their lives and future lifetimes. Because you do this shit, you'll pay for it in the next life. Like, I don't know why these people are under that, like, naivety that they won't pay for it. There's always a consequence. Cause and effect. Like, there's always that. So it's like, I don't understand why they think they won't pay for it. Or maybe they're the kind of people that, well, I don't have to pay for it right now. I'll have to pay for it, but not right now. I'll just deal with it when I deal with it. That's why your life's shit, like every lifetime. And then you get put back in this situation where you feel like you got to do witchcraft on people to have any kind of level up. Because you keep being a piece of shit in every lifetime, choosing the wrong shit in every lifetime. And then you always have that, like, I'll just pay it later. I'll pay it later. You're not paying it later. You're fucking paying it in real time. You're paying it in real time. So how much more are you going to keep saying, how much longer are you going to keep saying, I'll pay it later, when, like, you want to also play victim? You got to be held accountable for the role you play in your own suffering. Right? But you need to heal from this. And the only way that you could do that was to isolate from everybody, get in quiet, get in solitude so you could hear your intuition and hear the divine speaking to you. Clarify B. The universe will provide if you put yourself out there when it comes to love, your heart chakra being open. You had to try different avenues. Yeah, especially the number one being here. It's your first house, like your identity. You have to put yourself out there. Be seen, be heard. Yeah, because you had to try different avenues in order to do this, because people are trying to victimize you. Again, like spreading lies about you, slandering your name, things like that. Trying to win at all costs when it came to how people should judge you in hopes of ruining your reputation. This Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands, this Mrs. Loose Lips. Because she was trying to talk about you in so many different ways, about you having this divine masculine. Number 4, your 4th house, you're going to have a family with. But people from your past, you can talk about your children in hopes of trapping you from having this inheritance, this long-term stability. She thought she was going to get it. Like, if she could just, again, take you out of your purpose, make you scared to be in a divine union, but also make you scared of being, like, doing whatever it is that you do for work, right? Your 10th house and your 7th house are very, very significant. 10th, 4th, 7th. 4th house is your family, your foundation. 7th house is your contracts, your commitments, your marriages, so divine unions. Your 10th house is your reputation, your business. So heavy are significant, so take a look at your birth chart to get a further understanding about you. But these people all work together. They were trying to impact those areas because your destiny includes being a divine union. Your destiny involves being seen, like publicly. So, if I can get you to be scared by doing a smear campaign and, gossiping about you maliciously, about you and your relationship, 1, that person might leave you, and 2, like, you'll be abandoned, your business will be unsuccessful, or you'll be scared of the kind of, the light light your torches and you grab your pitchforks because I'm going to spread all this scandalous shit about you to make people either scared or terrified of you or want to enact street justice, right? Like she wanted you scared. She wanted you to feel unfulfilled so that way they could destiny swap. Like all of this, you had to go through this. You had to try different avenues because like they were trying to put blockage on your path so that way they could take your destiny. Clarify, Faye. Like my candle here, it's like the light, the flame is barely visible. So it's like they were trying to chip away at your inner flame, your inner resilience, what keeps you going. There's been a misunderstanding of situation. Listen better. So when it comes to your spiritual beliefs here, you had to listen better in order to know like how to persevere, what consistently that you needed to do when it came to, you know, working long and hard on your inner strength, your courage. With number 8, that's your 8th house, that's your legacy. Again, something that you are meant to do here. Gift of inheritance, spiritual wealth. There's so many things that you are meant to do here. You had to listen better when it came to your spiritual beliefs, to know what to do on a consistent basis, to have the courage, the strength, working long and hard. And because you did that, now you're going to get this new relationship because you listened to your intuition about who you should, what kind of lovers that you should have, and who was trying to bring heartache and pain in your life, trying to make you lose out on some kind of financial opportunity here. You had to heal from all of this. Yeah, heal from dream state magic. It says people were doing dream state magic on you. Clarify the lovers. You are ready to experience love from a higher consciousness. There's this Knight of Wands, a promiscuous player that nobody wants to work with anymore. They're having to be adaptable with trying to make up lies about you with whatever their strategy because of the resilience of your relationship. So whoever you're going to have a relationship with or you're in one now, I'm actually picking up that you're in one now, okay? But take it where it resonates. You're ready to experience love from a higher consciousness. You knew this. And it's like, even when you got into union, people were still attacking you, trying to take you out of it. People are not wanting to work together anymore because they underestimated the resilience of your relationship with this low vibrational energy. Again, trying to bind themselves to you, trying to do witchcraft on you. Yeah. Because of your strong boundaries. So essentially all of this was just to create strong boundaries within you in the spiritual as well as the physical. Cut off all the loose ends and not just talking about your hair. Cut off all the people that do not wish you well or do not intend you well. There's not a loss. It's an exchange. Exchange the karmics for the high vibrational soul tribe, because the high vibrational soul tribe's not going to come in with these fucking degenerate, decrepit ass people, right? Let's scare them all away. They're going to hurt them. So you got to get rid of all these degenerate ass, karmic ass people in your life that wanted nothing but the worst for you, trying to take from you, right? To exchange for something better, high vibrational soul tribe, this divine union. Yeah, because they had this goal of holding on to you, blocking you to make you feel stuck from having this new beginning, but they now feel stuck. But again, they really needed you to be in this Queen of Cups type energy. They really needed you to be the, well, you should understand me, you know. If you're spiritual, you're supposed to understand, and you're supposed to want to help, and you're supposed to forgive. And blah, blah, blah. Forgiveness does not mean reconnection. Forgiveness is literally a state of mind. It is a perception, meaning you don't obsess about it. You're not holding on to it. You're not letting it harden your heart. Like, you're not living in your head and having the betrayal and shit play on repeat. That's what forgiveness is. You go, oh, I forgive them. They had a terrible life, but stay the fuck away from me forever. That's what forgiveness is. The new age shit of like having people tell you, well, it's, you know, God says to forgive and blah. He does say to forgive. He truly does. He says forgive, but meaning like cut them off, separate, heal, right? Don't obsess about it anymore. Don't be trying to get vengeance and things like that. Don't let them back in your life. Plain and simple. A lot of people are like, the narcissists like to use spirituality now to go, well, we think God says to forgive, and that means I get to keep coming back and hurting you over and over and over again. Nay. Nuh-uh, it does not fucking say that. Maybe your interpretation, I mean, like, how many interpretations of the Bible is there now? Like, maybe the one you read that's, you know, based off of piece of shit people like you that pretend to be religious, pretend to know about God, because you definitely aren't living the godly life. That's for fuck sure. But forgiveness is a state of mind. It does not mean reconnection. It does not. Spirit, what do you want the collectors to know about this new cycle, this milestone, this blessing of a level up when it comes to these divine unions? What do you want the collector to know about these? Give without depletion, being selfless. So it's like being charitable. Give when you have an overabundance. Yeah, you had to give up something small to receive bigger. You had to make a sacrifice here. Become who you were always meant to be. And we have the full moon. So like this full moon, because like we're really close to one. The full moon is April 1st. So the very first day of April, you know, you're going to be, so this full moon in Libra, which is all about, you know, bringing balance to and harmony to your relationships, finding peaceful resolutions, things like that. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. Honor your commitments and be known for integrity, which it looks like that's what you are. Trust your instincts, walk away. That's what was hidden in the card deck. Follow through on a promise, respected for honesty. Make a plan to embrace the unknown. Tell us about selfless. And we see the swan here. Swans mate for life. Give without depletion. Yeah, so like constantly giving. Again, it said that you were giving too much of yourself away to that mother figure that was doing a hell lot of witchcraft on you. Was giving you insurmountable problems, making you gullible, sacrificing themselves unnecessarily for others. This is giving. You know what this is really giving? Is giving that whole Cinderella story. Like you had some mother, either stepmother, actual mother, that like made you fucking do everything for her because she didn't want you to have what was yours. Bridgerton, if you haven't seen it, I guess spoiler alert, Bridgerton season 4 has the whole Cinderella theme in it. I encourage you to watch it. Has the whole Cinderella theme in it where I'm not gonna tell you what happens in the story, more so I'm gonna give you the theme. So like it has the whole Cinderella theme in it with this evil stepmother and things like that. And what it comes down to is why that woman hated her so much is because her dad, the main character's father, I mean, she was an illegitimate child of a noble, left her a hell of a lot of money. Like left her a lot of money, left her a dowry, you know, left her, you know, essentially the stepmom will be paid monthly to raise that child after he died, right? And he even left money for like the stepmother's kids and stuff too. She, when the dad died, told this poor woman that, oh, nothing was left to you. So you can either be thrown out on the street or you can be my maid and wait on my hand and foot. And she was so cruel to this lady, like so cruel to her for those years where I think it was like 7 years she was a maid. She never got paid or anything. Meanwhile, this lady was getting a monthly stipend to fucking have her in the house, and she kept all of it. And even tried to take her, dowry to give it to her daughter, right? And long story short, her involving the courts to try to get this woman thrown in jail so she could keep the money and not be plagued by her, you know, her life or her existing, is what exposed the theft of her inheritance. And that's been coming out a lot. It's like, because it says that you're having victory and success, and that's why it reminds me of that. Like, you had to learn to give without depletion, because the burdens your family, your friends, this ex-lover here that was trying to put on you is make it where you would never be able to recover from it. You would never be able to put them down. You'd be duty-bound, flogging a dead horse, right? To be super, super codependent, things like that. It's like you had to break past the illusion, because it says gift of inheritance. Like there's something, it could actually be like a physical one. Like where everybody was doing this because they wanted it. They wanted something that was left to you. And again, like in that Bridgerton, it's like, it's giving that whole vibe. Like she even went as far as trying to set her up for being a thief when it comes to find out she was a thief. Projection is a confession, right? And I'm not going to give you the ending, but other than the fact that like she got caught up and she had to give Sophie, I believe is the girl's name, she had to give Sophie all of her money. She had to restore her status. She wasn't a fucking maid. Because she went out and tried to ruin her reputation too. like this evil stepmother. She tried to ruin her reputation where she'd be run out of town. She wouldn't be able to find any kind of work. So it wasn't enough that she stole her fucking future and stole all of her money. No, she also tried to make sure she would never be able to make money again, right? And then went as far when Sophie found work to try to get her locked up in jail for a gift that her own daughter gave to her. She didn't steal it. It was given to her. And she pressed this narrative that it was stolen, right? Like, and all it did was incriminate her. Being evil as fuck incriminated her. But you're having success and victory here because you learned to have boundaries. And now you're going to have this financial self-sufficiency and independence. Clarify sacrifice. Yeah, you had to give up this friends group and be resilient. Again, it wasn't a loss. It wasn't a loss you had to give up. Yeah, because they were trying to steal from you. But they needed you to be adaptable, some kind of promiscuous player. Again, having no boundaries. Being a doormat for people to walk all over all the time. Yeah, and that's why you're moving on to calmer waters with having this marriage, this domestic harmony here. You're moving on to calmer waters from people from your past trying to take an inheritance or long-term money from you, trying to trap you. Clarify transformation. You're becoming who you're always meant to be when it comes to this full moon and people, Queen of Swords in reverse. The Queen of Wands was definitely part of it, but Queen of Swords in reverse, someone who was maliciously gossiping about you, people who could be trusted gossiping as a completion of the cycle with this malicious gossip. You're becoming who you're always meant to be on this full moon because you isolated and you developed your own spiritual practices. You got closer to God. Yeah. It's an end of a cycle here with these illusions, deceptions about your money, your safety, your security. You're able to find balance. Again, this full moon is in Libra, and this is Libra type energy. You know, temperance. It's all about balance. Clarify integrity. Honor your commitments and be known for your integrity. So people know that your intuition is something that can be trusted. Okay, like, so if you've been speaking about, you know, if you've been speaking intuitively about dream state magic and things like that when it comes to families, you're being seen as a credible source of information. People see that you have integrity. Clarify promise. This came out on its side. Follow through on a promise, respected for honesty. So on its side, it's saying that follow through on a promise. There's some kind of missed opportunities. Things were out of control. Someone who opposed and upset your plans. You had to follow through on a promise. Respected for honesty. Someone here who was upset at your plan. A Knight of Swords in reverse. It's a missed opportunity. Because quick changes are coming to for you to have karmic justice and a passionate breakthrough of having a romantic offer from your divine masculine. Yeah, with the Lovers being here. Because you utilized your foresight. Follow through on a promise. This could even be like a promise from God. Okay, like follow through on a promise. Respected for honesty. You've been honest this entire time, even when you were speaking about your intuition. There's somebody here who is missed opportunity to affect this union because, like, God is following through on a promise against this divine intervention. So God is following through on a promise because you went through all this and you still remain in the upright. You didn't fight. Like, it's not saying that you didn't fight back, so you stood your ground, but you didn't fight back dirty. Like, you didn't do underhanded things, like pick up black magic yourself, right? Like, you didn't do that. You did what you were instructed to by God. He's following through on a promise, giving karmic justice of having a passionate breakthrough with the Lovers, having this relationship here, giving you the foresight that you're going to have happiness here with your divine masculine. Clarify trust. So you're reaching the milestone of being in this divine union. Okay, trust your instincts, walk away. Okay, when it comes to, like, you have healed here. And you're getting ready to have a financial opportunity and a new relationship. But somebody in the dream state keeps trying to get you to give to them. Again, it has to do with dream state magic and this X here, like trying to like spiritually grape you in the dream state to get this gift of inheritance. Because like in the dream state, how warlocks and witches can siphon your energy is through establishing a soul tie. Is giving you things like food or drink, you consuming it, giving you a gift, or trying to have sex with you in the dream state. Okay, and that shows an exchange was made. So it's like they keep trying to trick you in the dream state, trying to give you things and things like that. But you have to trust your instincts and defend yourself. stand your ground. So you've definitely had to master your dream state. You definitely had to master like the prayers and the affirmations. I post those for you guys, so definitely get with that. But they want to take it from you, and they keep trying to do it in a dream state. Yeah, because they're watching you being your destiny. This Queen of Cups, or this Queen of Cups, this King of Cups. You've had to master being this High Priestess. That's come out too. People boasting, well, I didn't have to, light any kind of candles or use salt or cleanse out my energy or things like that. I'm explaining that to you, okay? Some people, like the whole phrase, feed a man a fish, and you feed a man for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for life. Some people who deal with witchcraft, it's only a minor part of their life. So like their protection only covers that one instance, right? But if you're somebody here that's meant to be a high priestess, you're meant to be somebody who actually is like a spiritual leader, somebody who's going to deal with witchcraft all the time. They're going to teach you how to defend yourself, cleanse out your energy, cleanse your space, right? Take your ritual baths, do your prayer, do your affirmations, things like that. You're taught that because your path is heavily embedded in you needing to know how to protect your energy. Because yeah, the divine can do it, but how does that help you if that's your purpose? Like, how does that help you? See, like for me, I'm a high priestess. I'm a seer. How would it help me if every time I was attacked, the divine just stepped in and did it all without teaching me how to defend myself? It would completely rob me of the lesson. It would completely rob me of the knowledge. Because like if you're meant to be a powerhouse yourself, how are you going to be a powerhouse if you never know what adversity is? How are you going to be a powerhouse if you've never confirmation birth? Excuse me. Like how are you going to be a powerhouse yourself and be this powerful being yourself, especially if you're like a priestess of light? How are you going to do that if you've never dealt with adversity? Like, and honestly, I'm going to give you a different perspective when it comes to that. If all your problems were taken care of, do you know how easy it would be to convince you that you made it all up? Do you know how easy it would be to convince you that, like, you're not going through spiritual warfare? No one's after your destiny. No one's doing anything crazy to you. You made it up. Nothing's going on in your life, right? Like, you haven't dealt with anything. You know how easy it would be to convince you that you're crazy? So, the blessing in disguise is that they taught you how to fish so that you can continuously fucking feed yourself. But to know that it's real and that it happened. Because, like, I've had thoughts like that. Like, well, I mean, I know that they're doing all this stuff, but it hasn't really impacted me a whole lot. Like, and then, like, some things will slip through it's like the confirmation. Yes, it's fucking happening, right? Like, it's happening. Like, you're shielded, you're protected. But, like, my guide would let me go through just a tiny bit, just so, like, one, transmutation. Like, for you to transmute energy, you have to go through a little bit of it. You have to transmute that energy. You can't transmute without going through it. So there's that. But then it's also like, no, it's fucking real. It's real. Like, it's real. It's fucking real. It's not in your head. You're not delusional as fuck. You're not listening to too much tarot online. Like, no, it's fucking real. And you'll have your own confirmation and validating experiences of that. But because I had somebody post it about that in my comments. And it's like, maybe that's not your path. Maybe you got attacked one time and you didn't need to cleanse your energy because you were protected that one fucking time. Whoever I'm channeling right now, this is like your every fucking day. This is every moon phase. Somebody's doing something crazy to you. You had to live, breathe, and eat fucking spirituality. You had to learn. You had to become a master. It said you had to master your craft. Like going through all this isolation. Becoming a high priestess. Being a high priestess isn't everybody's calling. Therefore, their protection's different. Therefore, the path is different. The test of adversity is different. Like, everybody's not the same. We may go through similar parts of our path together, which is why these collective tarot readings are beneficial. You go through different kind of, like, stages at the same time. But everybody's path isn't the same. Everybody's protection's not the same because everybody's fucking path and purpose is different, right? Click my makeup plan. Make a plan, embrace the unknown when it comes to your sexuality, your creativity, your pleasure, because you're being made aware that you're being able to overcome all obstacles when it comes to your 7th house, your commitments, your relationships. Yeah. Because you're overcoming obstacles with these people's goal of trying to make you stuck. There's going to be a change here to this conflict of these people trying to win at all costs by trying to victimize you, get you locked up, bring you heartache and pain, this King of Wands. Because this Queen of Pentacles, this wife, this mother, again, this mother figure here is aware that you have this King of Pentacles, this wealthy man, and that she's been abandoned by you. And this Queen of Wands is now going through a painful ending, dealing with a lot of loss. So this is giving, they're going through karma. They're all missing opportunities, and they have a King of Swords is a cop, a judge, an investigator that someone has spoken to that has left the group and has told them about their long-term plans. It's even giving like they're getting caught up with the legal system now too. They're getting caught up with the legal system. So like you're getting karmic justice of having this relationship and having the obstacles removed. Meanwhile, these people are going to go through what they wish for you. This dream state magic is going to get these people all kinds of fucked up. I'm here for it. They've gotten so much grace for however many years. It's time. It's time. There's no amount of begging, at least in my life, that would ever make me help any of these people. I'd watch them drown. Rightfully so. It's not my job. It's not my path, not my purpose. What does the collective divine masculine want to say to them? What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine at this time? I wish I could be with you, but in our dreams we can be. When we look into each other's eyes, our souls become initialized. So you guys are seeing each other in the dreams. All will work out in the end. Keep your hope, my love. The universe has our back. My answer is yes, of course, my darling, yes. What will you say or do if I come back? Will you forgive me and love me? Will this heartache end? This tears me apart. I miss you no matter how long it takes. If my heart breaks, I will always love you. I took you for granted. I'm truly sorry. Will you forgive me? My ego is now stripped. I'm very weak. How do I heal? I'm at my lowest right now. Please send me your love. And I think that was part of the last months, was that like the divine masculine has went through the ego death and now they're like on their pathway to get to you. There's so much I want to say to you, but my words get in the way. Insecurities keep me away. So this person's healing right now. I hope one day I can be brave and tell you how much I love you. I can feel your touch. I want you so much. We rendezvous in the mind. So y'all are having sexy time in the astral. So this could be that like you and your divine masculine are having sex together in the dream state, so that way you guys share each other's energy, but it also means that they can't steal the energy because it's going back and forth between you and your divine masculine. What are these people's karma? What's this ex, this family member? What's their karma, spirit? That's going to be coming out this April. What is their karma that's going to be coming out this April? What's their karma? Cursed with food addictions. They're going to get fat. What is their karma that's going to come out during April? Sacral chakra energy blocks. That means losses in sexual energy, losses in their abundance, losses in any kind of like pleasure. They're going to be needing to seek government assistance because they've been dumped by their mate. So that's that Queen of Wands who's been dumped by her mate. She's going through a very, very painful ending of loss. She's going to need to seek government assistance. That's this month, right now. Property damage, vandalism, arson, accidents, and natural disasters. Victim of home invasion or burglary. Having one problem after another. Danger to themselves and others around them, losing their fucking mind. Sudden onset of decreasing mental health. So because they kept doing this dream state magic, they're going to have a sudden onset of decreasing mental health that's going to make them like go to the loony bin this month. Getting dumped. People going to break into their home. People's getting fat. Not that like obesity is funny or anything, but it's more like, especially if these are the kind of people that shame fat people, they're going to get fat. Give us the tea so I can wrap this up, Spirit. Give us the tea. Corrupt cops, judges, attorneys, and lawyers are involved in this. So this could have to do with an actual inheritance. Yeah. These karmic lessons have been learned. It's a close of a cycle. They underestimated you. They underestimated you because they never knew you. So that's two cards. They underestimated you because they never knew you. The kind of people that you had to survive, especially if it's like your mom. Authorities are involved, however, they can't be trusted. They're corrupt. And the angelic warriors are intervening. So the divine is intervening. When it comes to a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, the situation was required to reach your destiny. When it comes to these people that wanted and intended to use and abuse you, it's like, again, it's giving heavy Cinderella type vibes. You're a demon slayer, though. Just know that. Hoping that by doing this small gesture will atone for what they allowed to happen. It won't. Universal law has been broken. They're getting a taste of their own medicine. Go to the woods to clear your mind and energy. You need to do a shaman diet to detox. So that means like eating fruits, veggies, no meat, drinking lots of water, limiting your salt and sugar intake. Yeah, because these people keep trying to drain your energy. So it's like you need like even do like a water fast, and that's because like you need to recalibrate your energy. Help, help, I fell into the trap I set for you. Their mask is off, their true self is on display, their soul has been judged in spiritual court. So as above, so below. Someone close to you was thinking that they're going to get some kind of occupational celebration. But the Morgan, the Celtic goddess of life, death, rebirth, war, prophecy, sovereignty, is telling you that they're already dead. Life has never touched them. Involving you with the authorities and courts only incriminated them. Did I just say that? Like, did I just say that? Yeah. The besties that they were seeking support. So involving you with the authorities and courts only incriminated them when they sought out their besties to help. Again, like they even try to take this to court. Again, it's given that vibe. You owe them nothing. You owe yourself everything. Death is coming to these people. You're a master manifester, and that's why they were trying to do this love spell. Stand back and watch the tower fall on them. They took advice from a counterfeit person. There's receipts on what they've done, and they've been found. They have all the evidence and are on the move. And they try to get in your energy and got sick. They're in spiritual jail. Others are advocating for you when you aren't around. They're asshole deep in debt. Their contract is terminated with you, so they serve their purpose. What blessing should the collective look forward to this April? What blessing? A blessing for healing of injury and illness. A blessing on your boundaries, 333, connection, mind, body, and soul alignment. And a blessing on a new venture. A blessing of forgiveness. To be able to find it where it's not holding you back. What does bond with the collective know? The sacred union. When you love yourself, it will reflect into your outer relationships. There's a lot of potential and promise happening. The bud, I mean, it's the start of spring, so the bud is happening. Like, you're getting ready to bloom, so keep going. That you need to slow down. You may be living in a way that's unsustainable, so tend your garden. That's been a heavy energy this so far, is to practicing self-care. We have summertime. Epona, the goddess of sovereignty and horses. Your answer's ready to pounce. So you've already had your sovereignty granted last summer of 2025, and your ancestors are ready to bounce. Ready to bounce, ready to pounce. But also, the Epona, the goddess of sovereignty and horses, this is giving fall time. So fall and summer of 2025, or even of this year, like your ancestors are going to be making these people's lives living hell. So let that be a comfort to you. All right, collective, I hope I was able to provide you with creative air to know. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my vibe in this video, please like, subscribe, and help the channel. Please stay tuned for a brief snippet of the Dark High Priestess, the Prophecy Queen Unseen. It's literally a story about all this in a fairy tale form that predicts everything that's already come out.